Hey everybody, Carl here, and we're going to do another little flight. This one today will be in the Jacksonville, Florida area, and we're going to be taking off out of CRG, and that is the Jacksonville Executive Craig Airport. Here's the chart I'm using. This is part of the Jackson sectional. There's all the info at the bottom, the stuff I wrote down for the radios. And so you can see it's kind of crazy, but it's working out okay. So I just wanted to show you that. Hold it still here for a second. Get in. Shake too much anymore. Okay, guys, let's we'll get started with the vid. And we're on runway 23, which should put us pretty much in sight or in line of where we need to go. Putting the mixture in. We've got our VOR right here, and we're going to try to line up with it. We'll be heading out on a heading of about 220. Around that area there. We'll see how it goes. So let me get rid of this thing for a second, and let's fire her up. Alright. Good oil pressure, low temperatures coming up, everything's coming up looking good. We got pretty good fuel in both tanks. Let's see what we need. We need cabin lighting. We don't need pitot heat today. Let's put our nav lights on, our strobe light on. Oh heck, I had them on, okay. Taxi light will be on. And for right now, landing light is on. So we're pretty good to go. When we get up, we'll turn these off. So come up here and let's get her going. This stick is really touchy, and I think there's a way I can settle her down too a bit. I've noticed that when I go to readjust, it wants to really bing around, you know. So get her up. Get some altitude. See our VOR is already moving over. We're almost pretty much right on course coming off the runway, which is always good. Might have to just go over here a little bit. Stay in line. Get us up a ways, and then we'll throttle back a bit and just start cruising. Actually, that's my phone, but we'll have to not worry about that right at the moment. I need to get over here a little bit more to get back on that line. So let's notice that we're pretty much back in the VOR, which is good. Cruising right around 90, which is what I was kind of trying to figure on us flying at. So semi-trimmed here. Maybe I thought we'd take a little pop outside. There we go. So that gives us an idea about what's going on. We're kind of low. We'll legal. Can't really see the VOR at the moment. I can kind of see the GPS up there, but I think we're getting a hair off. Let me jump back in and check the VOR. Yeah, let's cut this way just a little bit. Far so good. I hope some of this looks a little familiar. You know, I'm sure hopefully it does to Ron and maybe some other people that are Floridians or hang out in Florida, and some of you might go down there for spring break. I mean, that's, you know, party land there. So. Looks like we're on course. Peek outside again. Jumping outside down below us. I think that, I don't know if that's a bridge or it almost looks like a boat ramp. I can't really tell. But evidently we picked a beautiful day to do this. I didn't put it in real weather because that, well, it kind of takes away from some stuff. And I thought, you know, this way, get a little more out of it. So. Slight adjustments with the rudder here. You can just kick it over just a wee bit. Kind of get across this water here, and then take a look around. I gotta kind of check the chart. Like I said, I'm just looking at the chart. I don't really, you know, I'm not real familiar with this area. Looking at it, I was thinking we should have been more over on land on the other side going where we're going, but that's always hard to, you know, that's part of this. I just swapped over to another VOR, which I'm just kind of using that line to make it see where it crosses. We're going to see how close we get. We're not there yet, so let me swap them back. Okay. Let's try to hold that. looks like a pretty active area below us. I'm thinking we're pretty close to the money here. So something I want to do. We did this before. Okay, we're going to put in the drone. So let's resume, and I'm going to pause it up right up here. Okay, get the papers out of the way, and we're going to go outside of the aircraft. Remember, we did this before. We're going to showcase. And now we're outside. I'm going to zoom level drone speed. So we're not all day trying to get to one spot. I'm going to kick it up here a bit. Let's see what we can do. Okay, let's look around a little bit here. Looks like a main street or something, huh? Look up and down this for a second. Yeah, that's a pretty good main thoroughfare there. Let's go out this way a bit. A little bit lower. I don't want to run into anything, but really nice areas. A lot of houses. You wouldn't think, just this little spot here, and all of a sudden this really large community comes up. I think that's pretty neat. Well, somebody's got a pool. Something there, yeah. I don't know what this is. What is this? Oops. Oh, not the store. Oh, we'll keep rolling along. A lot of houses in these trees. Let's go over here. We must be pretty much underneath the airplane. Let's oh, there we are. Now, if you just want to get in a good, instead of messing around and wasting time, there's an easier way. Preset position. There we go. Okay, now we're going to go back to the cockpit. Knock this off here. And we're going to come out of pause and start flying again. There we go. This thing up here, looks like a mini causeway or something. Not really sure what that is. But the time is, you know, this has been kind of a getting here a long flight. I'm going to turn her around. And what we're going to do is we're going to, if you watch this here, hold on, that arrow should all of a sudden, it should go from pointing down to pointing up. And when we do that, we can follow it back. Click it off. So, well, I guess we want to fly to it, we got to spin it around. So we'll spin it around. Spin it around some more. Okay, we're almost on it. There we go. Okay, so now our heading is 030. And if we keep on that, it should take us right back to the airport. So let's see how well that works. Now, you know, I mentioned this before. We could easily use the GPS. This one doesn't have GPS, but I mean, a lot of the planes do, and we could use that. And that's almost too easy. I mean, there's no, you just press it and go. You know, it's like going, well, I want to go to Walmart in the other county, and you push your GPS in your car, but you don't want to, you know, your car just gets you from A to B. If you really want to fly and learn what you're doing, you can't make it super easy. You got to learn stuff. And you know, whether you're going to fly in real aircraft, train and fly in real craft, or you just want to do this. I mean, this is fun too, and it sure is. It's a lot cheaper than having to pay for that avgas now. So, you know, but if you're going to do it, I mean, learn it right. So. That's enough of my lecture. Let's go there and see if we can get a line with it. We're getting pushed around a little bit by some winds, and I'm kind of trying to keep an eye up here because I know that our our VOR is set to 030. If I can get it to where as soon as we cross, and then I get on 030, it should stay pretty solid. But winds will mess with you, and all kinds of things happen. So, in this way, instead of turning it real hard to get on and come back, this way we can just kind of easily fly to it. The needle is slowly coming in for us. So that's kind of how that works. And we'll do some others down the road where we do a little bit more heavy navigation. And I'd like to even show you how charts are used. At the beginning, if everything went right, we should have looked at the chart that I'm using right now for this. Okay, see how that line's pretty straight? Now I'm going to turn to a heading of 030, and let's see if we can stay on that line. And we might get pushed around by the wind a little bit, and if we do, we can just make final adjustments again. Let's get a little harder there. Okay, let's straighten her out there. Let's see if we can stay on that line. I hope everybody's enjoying these. I'm sure quite a few people have turned off on these videos, and I understand that. I said in the beginning, I like to do several different things, and this is my crazy little world that I do, and I just try to share them as best as I can. So that's basically that's what I've been doing with these, and it's a lot of fun. I gotta admit, I miss my flying a lot, so this gives me a chance to do that. And when I was flying, even though I used to go out by myself and fly a lot, every now and then I'd like to take friends with me, and it was always fun sharing it. Matter of fact, when I was in the EAA, we had a thing called the Young Eagles program, and once a year, one of the main air shows, excuse me, we would have young kids that wanted to learn, and see how it's like to fly in an airplane. We would just take them up, and we wouldn't even charge anything. We just take them up for a ride. And I took I took several of them, the neighborhood kids. They went out to the airport with me, and then I just flew some kids that were at the airport, and I let them take the yoke and fly a little bit. For the most part, they hardly ever got sick. I can't remember one that ever really was afraid, and they did wonderful. And that was such a treat to be able to take young people up like that, and with that hope that, maybe one of these days, maybe that young person will want to go get their license and fly either for recreational or even commercial, and make a career out of it. It's a wonderful career, it can be. So the whole thing about flying is you cannot let yourself get complacent. You always, you have to do your checklist, and one of these days we'll do the checklist thing to show you what you really do on an aircraft when you're going to fly. Be on the ramp, park. We'll do the outside inspection. I'll tell you how that's done. We'll go inside. We'll go through the checklist book and check everything that you're supposed to check, just to give you an idea. And you're supposed to do that every time. a lot of people, you know, they, well, I was just up yesterday, everything was fine, I'm just going to go. And that's when bad things happen, you know. That could turn into a really lousy day. Just saying. Looks like we're coming up on our airport here. You know, like I said, if you enjoy this, let me know in the comments. I always read all of them. I try. Sometimes I'm a little slow lately at getting on and typing in stuff, but I try to always hit them all. And you know, if you enjoy this kind of stuff, it'd be great. And if you think you know other people that might like it, you know, you can always share this video, and that always helps too. And of course, if you're not subscribed to the channel, well, we sure would love to have you with us. I mean, you know, it's one of those places that we just want to have some fun. So, you know, for what it's worth, we'd love to have you come here. Get notified. Anytime I put a video out, you can look at it and say, oh, well, it's a flight one, I don't want to watch it, or oh, I'm glad that, you know, that he's doing a flight, or it might be a radio one, you know, so, or whatever I'm doing, you know, it's like, yeah. Or they do try to keep me busy and going, I can say that much. Set up here for an enter downwind on runway 23. Pretty good. A little more altitude here. Getting into the pattern. Coming up here pretty soon. One of the things I want to do too is I have a couple trainers. I have a T6 Texan that was a military trainer, and I also have a steerman. And I thought maybe we'd go through the procedures of how the you know, the Air Force and Navy pilots used to, what they had to go through to you know, train and learn their, you know, how they flew and stuff. going downwind right now for 2-3, and we're going to turn base. Here we go. Alright, now we're turning final, runway 23. Down. And we'll roll down here. Not sure where we can get off anywhere else down here. Maybe not. Okay, we got a spot right here, looks like. Or not. Here, pull our mixture out, turn our mags off, and before I hit the batteries, I just want to say thank you to everybody for flying along with me. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please comment on it, and I'll be looking forward to flying with everybody again. Until then, everyone, please take care, and thanks so much.